Farlands or Bust stream. Flop date October 7th, 2021. It's the 7th, right? Yes, it's a Thursday. It's been a long time since we've done a stream. Maybe I should just do this. Maybe I should stop it with the video games. And just do Farlands forever. Farlands and melting ice blocks. Oh, buddy. As you can see, we're at 37,569, nice 0.3 megabytes in our world save file. We're at $1,672.35, 40% of our money raised for Rise Above the Disorder, our mental health charity this season. Someone calculate how big a block of ice we would need to last until you get there. I'm pretty sure just the Arctic, like all of the Arctic ice, will probably be melted thanks to global warming by the time we reach the Farlands. Solved. Problem solved. All right, get your woofs ready. On that disappointing bombshell, get your woofs ready. Woof! Right away! Whoop, okay, I remember. This is the door. This was a lopsided hidey hole, I remember. The last episode. Alright. That is east. The cylinder! The cylinder is rolling towards us. We must escape. That's right. We tried playing... Oh, geez. Alright, maybe let's... Okay, alright. Listen, listen, listen. Guy. Don't make me. He's still burning? There he goes. Oh, not a single residue to be dropped. But yeah, we've been playing new games. And so far, that just seems like a bad idea. Because we were doing alright in the Eternal Cylinder. Until we died. Or no, we got to a point where it was like, whoop, you missed a checkpoint. You should give up now. So we gave up, and then it like loaded the last save, and then it just kept crashing. So, it was a very interesting game. You should check it out if you're into weird games. It is on the Epic Store. Use creator code KurtIndeed at checkout. However, the fact that it crashed on me and we can't play it might not be the greatest advertising to get you to do that. So I don't know. Don't know about that. Apparently, like, I have not seen anything about, like, the PlayStation or Xbox versions where it's crashing or anything like that. All the reviews seem to be with those versions, so... Oh, what are you doing here? But anyway, if you missed it, over the weekend, on Sunday, was my 10-year Twitch partnership anniversary. And then coincidentally, Twitch got hacked. Coincidentally? Dentally? Coince? But no, for the 10-year anniversary, we had a floating block of ice-a-thon. Thon, spelled like thaw, like T-H-A-W. Where I made a very large, frozen ice cube suspended by a string so that it was floating, and we watched it melt in real time on stream. And it took 14.5 hours to go from full block of ice, from the first drip, we started with the first drip, to where its little crusty cuboid form melted off the string and went plop into the water below. Wasn't it the girlfriend that made it? No. the girlfriend came up with the idea, or inspired the idea, because she was making a bunch of large ice cubes out of Tupperware that we have in the freezer, because she was going camping for her school stuff, and she needed ice cubes for the cooler she was bringing. So she was making very big ice cubes, and they were blocks, they were cubes. And she's like, oh, it's like your floating block of ice. Or it's like your block of ice. And I'm like, yeah, I should stream with that. And then she's like, you should. And then just like have it melt. Or I don't remember how the idea transpired, but it amounted to, this is like the floating block of ice. Yeah, I should stream that. Wouldn't that be ridiculous? Ha ha ha. Wait a minute, that's actually a great idea. So then I found the biggest Tupperware I could find and filled it with water, and then put the string and the anchor in, and then it froze, and then took way too much time setting up the rigging and the lighting, only to find out that it looked better without the backlighting. And then we put a webcam on it and watched it, what string? Watched it slowly dissipate over the course of 14 hours throughout the entire day on Sunday. I highlighted it so that it can be preserved for all of history, until Twitch gets hacked again and somebody deletes all the VODs. So I would like to probably try to download that. Somebody already did take it and like make a time lapse of it, but I would like to do so and actually like waste my very limited time on this earth by going through and like removing the parts where I was on camera too, to get like a smoother, non-choppy like version of the time-lapse ice melting, and put that up on the YouTube. I tell you, that's one of those ideas that I should like implement, but I won't, because I have no sense of entrepreneurialism, entrepreneurship. What's the word I'm looking for? Creativity. You know, you'd think the hydraulic press channel would be a boring thing. I don't know, the melting ice channel. That could be a thing. That's, you know, the top of the muffin to you. It's one of those ideas. They're just out there. Remember to slow-mo the cats getting splashed. I can't like add frames. I can't slow-mo. Enterprising. Enterprisement. Infotainment. I mean, I could just set up like a studio. Not a studio, but like a box. You know, like a light box. And just make various cubes of ice. And just like let it run and record. And then like just do time lapses. Or just upload the full unedited footage. And then as I start to make my millions of YouTube dollars, start doing creative ice shapes and different ice materials, liquids, colors. I'm not saying upload it and then YouTube gets hacked. Yeah. There was a very particular song that was played over and 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 over again. 2 versions though. I was very kind and I included 2 versions of the song with lyrics and instrumental. So it wasn't totally repetitive. But of course we had to listen to the Floating Block of Ice song throughout the duration of the 14 and a half hours. What song? Would you like me to play it? I could play it to remind everybody. Is that something everybody wants? It was, don't worry, it was in my head too for like the next day and a half. Oh, I am stuck. Nope. There we go. I'm just like this cow. Be free! So that was an experience. That was an experience. I don't know. I do wonder if that would work. Yeah, I guess it would just have to depend. I would have to like buy a dedicated freezer to set up various ice sculptures to melt. I'm telling you, this idea is out there. If one of you doesn't grab it and make your millions, I certainly won't. Won't get. Alright, let's... The Twitch? No, I'm talking about YouTube. YouTube is where there's money to be made. Didn't you see all the leaked information about the sort of money people are making on Twitch? Not that impressive. Not that impressive at all. The Frozen channel. I think that would get in trouble with Disney Incorporated. It would just have to be the Ice Block channel. Or the Ice Melt channel. Ice melting. String wet. Ow! The String wet channel. That was like the best thing to come out of it. Careful, Wolfie. So that was a good time had indeed. Had? Indeed? Indeed. Yes, we were watching String White. So I did not know an alert was made for that. What is wrong? My arm is too low. There. Is it? That doesn't seem right. Doesn't seem right at all. Well, I made a slight adjustment on my chair. That means it's not going to feel right for the next 6 months.
Oh. I almost swallowed that nut.
Did you not learn from UHC why are you on a boat with a wolf?
Why are you on a boat with a wolf? I mean, we almost learned during the Flobathon. Day 3 of the Flobathon. Got on and started and got blasted down to half a heart. So we know. A freak happenstance. Woohoo! Excuse me. That's not how that works at all. Ooh. Liquid. There you go. Oh, fire. Oh, land. Yeah. Any reason for the older version of Minecraft? Anybody want to take that one? Yes. Yes, there is a reason. End of answer. Yes, this is Minecraft Beta 1.7.3, because in Minecraft Beta 1.8, they changed the terrain generation and removed the farlands. And also, like, there is ways, like, to update the game and, like, add a mod that would put the farlands back in, but we just like the authentic experience. This terrain generation, not having to deal with the hunger bar or sprinting or horses or any of that other junk. Woohoo! Yay! Ah! I think it might be Flob. Flob is what makes me yawn. This is too exciting. You would obviously be Bustos. Oh, I wanted the boat to go. Yeah. No cylinder, too boring. Not crashing, too boring. Ugh. Need some ice to melt, yeah. Has Flob ever crashed? Yes, which is why during live streams we only play for about an hour, because after that there's some memory leak or something, but mobs stop spawning, and the game gets not jittery like it is now, but like choppy and slow, and then it will eventually just crash. And that's happened before. And we've lost like an hour of work.
I just don't think there's anybody better. Really?
Jingles Dog.
You got it. Hey, thank you.
Thank you very much for 40 months in the subtub. Excuse me. Yeah, but fine, fine. Doing fine. Oh, is the first playthrough still... I mean, I had that for doing the Eternal Cylinder. I mean, technically it's true. Haven't beaten the game yet. I do wonder if there is any information, like if there's like a Reddit for Eternal Cylinder or anything that like other PC players are having the same problem. I don't think I've done anything weird or anything with the game. There be a Discord link? About what I'm talking about? Or... Oh, on the Epic Store. Oh, there's a Discord. I see. For the game. I mean, I don't want to, like, directly, like, contact them. I'm more just interested to see if there's any, like, threads or open, you know, bugs in work. I don't join Discords, like, off of websites. Like, that seems weird. I guess some people use Discord differently than I do. Like, for me, it's, like, almost personal. Like, if somebody has my Discords, because, like, I'm talking to them. Like a Skype. I don't treat it like email or anything like that. Or, like, a forum. Like, you can look at a forum without being a member. Discord has more or less replaced Twitter and Facebook. Wow! That many users? And data and information? For a lot of people. For a few people. I'm gonna modify what you said and say for a very specific subset of people. Who probably also, in addition to Discord, still have a Twitter and Facebook. Yeah, Discord replaces Skype. For gamers, yes. But for, like, outside of the gaming world, there isn't that much Discord knowledge. If it's like companies and professional groups, they're on like Slack, or, you know, they're using Zoom sort of stuff. Teams? What is Teams? Teams NG Drive? Ah, Microsoft Teams. I think I joined there was a, very early on, there was a Patreon, like for the top creators on Patreon, back when I used to be one of those. There was like a, was it a Slack? What's another thing that's like that? That's like Reddit conversation group website. It might have been Slack. Not Google Plus. It was probably Slack. It was the one that's like, oh, this is for professional people. And that was weird too. It was set up like a chat, like a Discord chat, but it was slower. Like it wasn't real time. It was more like on a thread. I didn't understand Slack or why, other than marketing. Why that is a popular thing in business. Business. I'm assuming there's more integrated things about with like scheduling and calendars and meetings and stuff that I never delved into. I was also using like the web desktop browser version. I don't know if there's a dedicated app or something. Google Wave. I remember Google Wave. Like when it first came out, I started like talking to my sister about stuff, and then like one of her coworkers popped in and was like, "That's interesting," and we're like, "Ah, what the fuck? Why is this a possible thing here, Google?" And then it was removed from the internet's history. Yeah, Google Wave was like their first attempt at a social media website, but it was like, everything is public to everybody in your contacts list. So there was like zero privacy, and like it was completely like, yeah, this is horrible. Why have they done this? Like the worst possible way you could have implemented this. And then there was Google Plus, where they're like, all right, if nobody's gonna join our social media, we'll just jam it down their throats. Integrate it whether they want it or not into all the YouTubes and everything else and the Gmails and... Google Reader was an RSS feed. Reader was all it was. But then Google was like, well, if we're aggregating RSS feeds, that means people are getting their content from elsewhere on the internet that isn't one of our domains. So we can't have that. Delete. We won't be able to monetize and algorithm it. Do you have a Friendster? No, I don't know what era the Friendster was, but I was not on the internet at that time, I guess. I had a MySpace, obviously. Whee. Oh, that's disappointing. Oh, they just sell your information for commercials. Ooh. Google? Facebook? Yeah. Twitch? Yeah. Everybody? Yeah. No, I remember with MySpace, you were able to put, where everybody learned to code. Yeah, I was about to say that. You were able to put CSS, like, into one of the fields, and it would, like, actually implement it throughout the page. So what I did is I CSS removed all the ads on my profile page. You couldn't actually, like, remove them, so what I did is I moved them 9,000 pixels to the left on the x-axis off the screen. So that was fun. That was a fun little experiment I did. Remember when YouTube profiles allowed you to do that too? And everybody had like custom backgrounds and you were able to like make a bunch of link targets. Yeah, remember when YouTube was Google's social media platform? Cone just laid in a trail of fire ants unknowingly while changing a starter. How's your day going? I'm pretty sure at some point it became knowingly. Probably suddenly it became knowingly. And changing a starter? Good gravy. Who are you, me? That's the first thing I do. Every car I buy, right afterwards, I gotta change the starter and change the bumpers. It's just... it's the procedure. Oh god, I don't have any dirt. Third time, kept getting the wrong one. Weird. Is it because it's a different engine? They fit, but the gears don't match. I see. That's weird. I thought that that would be like a universal thing. One would think. I mean, I'm just thankful that on the Datsun, like, it's like right there staring at you in the face. You don't have to get under the car. And it only takes 2 bolts instead of 3 like the Corolla did. Which also required me to take off the exhaust to get at it. I still have to... I'm still very much procrastinating everything else I need to do on the Datsun. Gotta remove, not really remove, gotta lower the gas tank to get the bumper bracket off. Which, like, everywhere I'm looking where people, oh yeah, you just gotta lower it and then you can get at the bolts. It's that easy. I'm like, I'm sure there's gonna be a lot more steps. That's gonna be a lot more complicated than what all these people are on the internet, on these threads, these message boards are going to turn out to be. It always is. I also want to get new headlights. Well, that's the other thing. There's 3 bolts that, like, bolt up into the trunk area that I now have to, like, fill so that more, like, fumes don't get up there. I either gotta, like, find, like, rubber grommets or just, like, spackle it shut with some filler or something. I don't know. Spackle. If you get LED or projector headlights, I'm not your friend anymore. Well, the problem, careful Wolfie, the problem apparently is that the headlight circuit on the Datsun 280Z does not get enough power. So, like, what think I'm hearing from the internet is that even with the stock headlights, the sealed beam headlights, if there was just more power going through them, they'd be brighter. I don't know. I kind of don't mind the way some of those... apparently it's just a 7-inch headlight, and that's what all Jeeps these days use. So there's a plethora of headlight options. It's just whether or not the wiring... A plethora, you say? Aftermarket LED headlights don't meet any regulations. An aluminum front and rear bumper doesn't meet any regulations. Yeah, but they don't blind people. I don't think this car is gonna blind anybody. I don't mind the one, like, daylight lights, running lights would be fine to have. Yeah, I don't know. Regardless of the fact, a vast majority of those aftermarket Amazon headlights, I'm like, those are probably crap. Like, I'm just gonna go out on a limb here and say that this no-name brand headlight is a hunk of junk. So, I don't know. It's just one of those things where it's like, well, I'm changing the fenders. That's when you can access the headlights. Well, I might as well do it then, but I guess I'm also changing the fenders. I should do the suspension then too while the fenders are off. It'd be easier to get in there. Apparently there was somebody in Australia or something making a converter, an inductor, an inducer, a condenser, some sort of electronic wizardry that helped with the voltage situation. But, like, they've fallen off the face of the earth, so they don't exist anymore. There was also somebody making exhausts that I contacted and was like, this is what I'm interested in. Please give me a quote. But they don't exist anymore either. Inverter? Yeah, it was something. I don't remember. It's the sort of thing that you spend 90 minutes researching on the internet, and then by the time you're done, you're like, ah, screw it. I never drive at night anyway. True, it is always night here. Now. It is for the forever night. The eternal cylinder night. The wild eternal cylinder night. So here's a question. If I do my shocks and springs, and I obviously borrow a spring compressor, like, does that allow me to remove the springs completely? Which I will need to do, obviously, if I'm replacing them. Or is that danger zone? You remove them, you just slowly back off the compressors. Right, I'm just imagining that, like, these compressors only compress and they don't, like, let it extend all the way to be fully released of the tension. I am out of boats. Using a lot of boats today. Oh. Or just be a fool like me and ZK and zing the top bolt off and point the strut at someone you don't like. I'm sure that they always release all of their energy in a very predictable direction and force. Boing! Boing! That's the noise they make. I'm just imagining the pain it's going to be dealing with all, like, the... I'm going to, like, get everything apart and be like, well, I need new this bushing and that ball joint and... Go, Wolfie! Oh, God, why have you done this? The one block he could have spawned. But if you're doing struts and springs, you probably don't even have to compress them. They come out as a unit. They do, but you can't. They won't clear, you know, getting them down and out. And they're like pre-compressed. Like with the strut mount. Top. Hat. Thing. You know what I mean? the top jobber. The old McPherson. And his finest struts. Whoa! Watch your step. That would make this a lot easier. Alright, I'll get right on that. I think I have come up with an idea for the paint job, though, which is a thing that's never going to happen. But, yeah, we were looking, and, like, the car was originally silver, but now it's white. But there's a pace car livery that I was probably at 240. That I guess Datsun released like 50 of them for purchase from like dealers and stuff like that. But it's like, it's two-toned, and it's usually like the blue, the Datsun blue, and white, but there are pictures out there of one that's silver and white, so I'm like, that would be neat. Pay homage to the original color, but then not have to completely hide all the white paint. Floating block of ice. I don't know, I've also considered like having the shark teeth permanently and professionally painted on. That would be unique. That would make it easy to sell when that comes time. You've seen the Camel GT livery? I have not. Phone is sending me things via Discord. We were just talking about Discord. I'll look at it in a minute. Because this is... oh, one more night. Like, I don't want to, like, paint it like a race car necessarily, but... is it how Discord is over now? Is it? Has everybody moved on to Slack? Or Teams? Workplace. Facebook Workplace. There's an official NASCAR Discord. Well, we were just talking about, like, I don't want to or feel comfortable joining, like, brand Discords. Like, people were saying, like, oh, if you have a problem with the Eternal Cylinder crashing, there's a Discord. I'm like, I don't want to join a games Discord. This is my safe space. Only a few handful of people have like direct access to my Discord. That's what Discord is becoming, though. I mean, I'm sure Discord is going around and selling it to these brands and organizations like that. Like, there's a Minecraft Mojang, like, creators Discord that I was added to a long time ago, and I've never been. I just don't want to leave now because it's going to proclaim Kurtjamek has left. Like, that's the only reason I'll stay in Discord, even though I never use it. Just mute forever, and never speak of this again. I left the SnowRunner Discord with Beef and Cone, and I never heard the end of it. Was the paint silver and blue? No, it was like the actual pace car was, I think, white and blue. But I've seen at least one, if you just searched like Google images, that was somebody did silver top and white body. I don't think I'll do I don't want to do like the stripes, the BRE stripes, because I think that's getting too much like a race car, but I just like the two-tone look. It wasn't even the SnowRunner one, it was MudRunner. Spin tires even. Fire ants are friends. They keep us warm. They are most certainly not. Not if you don't give them a chance. Discord is the new LinkedIn. That's another. I haven't mentioned this like to stream or anybody, but I applied for like a real human job like a month ago, and like there's all this stuff on like LinkedIn, and I'm like, LinkedIn I've written off decades ago. What use is a LinkedIn? Ah! Don't worry, I didn't get the job. Probably because I didn't have a LinkedIn, but... Yeah, I swore off LinkedIn after, like, the 5th email from random XYZ person telling me to join them on LinkedIn. I'm like, well, if there's no way to actually block these ever, then screw that organization entirely. Written off. Classmates.com. Oh, wow. Now that is a reference. Cone Dodger. I forgot about that. Now that's a website that must have been bought by AOL at some point and then shut down, right? Certainly sounds like it. That or Yahoo. Still need dirt. Ah! That scared the bejeebus out of me. It's raining. It's gonna rain. Oh, drizzle drizzle. Dripper drippers. Drip drop. Good lord. All that melting ice in the sky. It's not a thunderstorm, is it? Doesn't seem like it. I don't think we've ever had one of those. It's been sold 4 times and is now owned by a capital creditor company. Oh, really? Couldn't have guessed that. Classmates.com. Ooh. Zombles. Oh, I see it. I was about to say, it's been a while since we've seen a spawner. I was getting itchy about it. I was getting LinkedIn about it. What's it for? Classmates? It's like... Good lord, that's loud. It's like Ancestry.com, but for, like, school. Like, yearbook stuff. Got him! Ah! I'm so good at video games. Alright, what do we got? 1! This was hardly worth it. And indeed it was. Hardly worth anything. I don't even need that. Well. I don't even need this. Huh. Yeah, God, that's the worst thing about Facebook. I, like, purposefully did not put any of my, like, high school information onto Facebook so that I would not be found. Thank you very much. That's the worst thing about Facebook. That's the thing. Of all the things. I grabbed Wolfie, right? Yeah. Boing. Need more boats. Need more boats! Oh god, I need more wood. Oh. Boats in, 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 boats in. Mushroom, mushroom. I'm a bird. Minecraft. Bloink. Oh, I need wood. Thanks for the reminder, Kurt. No problem, Kurt. Boing. Hello. Hi. Ooh, look at this place. Look at this. Island of extremitudes. Island of extremitudes. Boing. So what else? What else, everybody? We actually, like, had some decent talky topic to go on about for a little bit there. Have you been hiking in the Mount Rainier area? Well, if you follow me on Instagram by Facebook, you would know that I recently did, for the first time ever, did a hike in the Mount Rainier National Park. It used, I swear, I mean, I'm pretty sure, it used to be that you needed a different pass to get into Mount Rainier. Like, other than, like, the National Park Pass, but I think they changed that, and now our National Park Pass allows us to get in. So yeah, the girlfriend has gone a few times, and then I went with her. I mean, the problem is it's like 2.5 hour drive, so it's like an all-day affair, and you can't bring dogs, so we had to get, like, the dog sitter to, like, come let Juno out in the middle of the day while we were out. But yeah. It's interesting. Just, I mean, it's like, it seems like it's a normal hike sort of a situation, other than that there's a big looming mountain. But, yeah. That's that, I guess. Do you know what Mount Washington is? I don't think Mount Washington is in Washington. Is that not in the Appalachians? I think that's a misnomer. I could be wrong, too. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. I guess this spot is as good as any. Or, how about over here? Oh, nope. That's just getting all... That's... Oh no. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh, gosh, no. You saw that lava, didn't you? Let's, maybe go up here. Why not? Oh! Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. This has all gone bad. Okay, alright. How about just into this hillside? This is fine. Everything's fine. Everything's splendid. Yeah, have a seat right there. Good job. Well done. Indeed. So, that should do it for our landing today. Farlandsorbust.com, etc., etc. Onwards and upwards. Don't lay down in fire ants. You know, the usual. Bed. I almost put the boat down. Yeah. I think I want to try a demo. There's another Steam demo I'd like to try, so don't go anywhere. But this is going to be the end of the Farlands or Bust stream segment. For those of you who are watching on YouTube, thank you for watching. I'm going to go to sleep now. Etc. 37,645.8 megabytes. Where were we at 569? I think so. Neat.